Imagine living your entire life believing a story that was never true. You carry a name, a history, an identity, all based on a lie. And then one day, you take a simple DNA test and everything changes. That's exactly what happened to Daphne and me and 10% of other people that take a DNA test. Welcome back to Client Stories with DNAngels. My name is Laura Olmstead, and today I'm telling Daphne's story. Lorie Cousin was her angel, and Lorie shared this story with me. Now, before we dive into Daphne's incredible journey, take a moment to smash that like button and leave a yellow heart in the comments if you believe in everyone's right to know the truth about their origins. Your support means the world to people like Daphne who are searching for answers. Daphne grew up believing that the man that her mother named as her father was in fact her biological father. There was never a reason to question it until tiny inconsistencies started stacking up. Over the years, family members would make vague comments. They had shifting stories and contradictions that left Daphne wondering if there were more to her origins than she had been told. But it wasn't until she took an Ancestry DNA test that she realized the truth was far more complicated than she ever imagined. When Daphne received her results, the name she expected to see, her supposed father's surname, was completely missing. Instead, a different set of family names filled her match list. That's when the doubt turned into something more, a mystery, a question she could no longer ignore. This just resonates so much with me. This is just like reading my story. Daphne needed answers. She needed the truth. And that's when she found DNAngels. When she reached out to us, Daphne was full of emotions. She was anxious, excited, nervous. She wanted to know where she came from, but she also feared what she might uncover. What if her biological father didn't want to be found? What if there was another, even bigger secret hidden within her DNA? I can understand that too. We started by analyzing her closest DNA matches, and one result really stood out. She had a match sharing about 1,000 centimorgans with her, and that's a significant number. It meant this person wasn't just a distant relative. They were close family. One with 1,000 centimorgans can be a first cousin, a half aunt or uncle, or even a half niece or a nephew. One of the most crucial steps in solving any case like this is sorting the DNA matches into distinctive family lines. That's where we go to work. Use the Leeds method. It'll help you every time. Leeds. Dana Leeds invented this method, and we use it every single time. Now, as we comb through the Daphne's DNA connection, two distinct groups began to emerge. One set pointed toward a Pell-Smith lineage, where the other pointed toward a Jackson-Cunningham line. Now, to keep things organized, we color-coded these lines and began to piece together how they connected. In this case, we used blue and yellow. Through careful research, we identified Elijah Pell and Patty Smith as one set of Daphne's great-grandparents. That was the yellow line. And on the other side, we found Stephen Jackson and Katrina Cunningham as the other set of great-grandparents. Now, the connection between these two lines would prove to be the key to identifying Daphne's biological father. So what we found was that Elijah Pell and Patty Smith had a son named Stephen Pell, while Stephen Jackson and Katrina Cunningham had a daughter named Melissa Jackson. Here's where things got interesting. Stephen Pell and Melissa Jackson eventually married, combining the two family lines. Together, they became Daphne's grandparents. Now, from this marriage, 3 children were born. They had 2 daughters and 1 son. And that one son, that was Raymond, Daphne's biological father. Raymond had been married twice, but according to records and our research, Daphne had been conceived during a brief period when he was single. Unfortunately, Raymond had passed away in 2002, meaning Daphne would never get a chance to meet him. My dad, too. What is it about this story? It just brings back so many memories of my own case. So that news was devastating. No one wants to find out who the parent is, only to realize they lost the opportunity to know them. But then something incredible happened. That 1,000 cm DNA match that we talked about in the beginning, the one that could have been a cousin or a half aunt or a half uncle, she wasn't a cousin or a half aunt at all. She was Daphne's half niece. And what does a half-niece mean? Well, through this connection, Daphne discovered that she had a half-sister she had never known about. A sister who had lived her whole life not knowing about Daphne, never knowing that Daphne existed. And for the first time in her life, Daphne wasn't just uncovering a lost history, she was finding a new family, a real, living, breathing connection to the father she never got to meet. With a deep breath and a hopeful heart, Daphne reached out to her half-sister. Would she respond? Would she want to know Daphne as much as Daphne wanted to know her? That answer is yes, she did. Their first conversation was filled with emotions, shock, joy, and grief for the years that they lost, but also excitement for the years ahead. Daphne was no longer just searching for answers. She was building relationships. And now her story wasn't just about finding her biological father. It was about finding a family she never knew she had. That's what we do. Daphne's story is one of resilience, hope, and the power of DNA to rewrite a person's history. It is a reminder that the truth is out there, waiting to be found, and that sometimes in the process of searching, we find more than what we ever expected. If you or someone you know is searching for answers, DNAngels is here to help. Visit us at DNAngels.org and let's uncover the truth together, because everyone deserves to know where they came from. And don't forget to smash that like button and drop a yellow heart in the comments if you support Daphne's journey and her right to know the truth. Until next time, friends, have